Twitch.tv. am that and post it into the Discord server. Okay, I'm live. Come see the new developments of the past month! Exclamation mark. Okay, I guess I'll try this at everyone. Huh? Well, I typed at everyone. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Was I given some kind of special permission or something? Whatever. Okay. Oh, it's somebody in chat already. Bri Psy Guy. Ah, hello. Yes. I was just setting up everything. I guess I'm technically a minute or two early. Paracetas. Hello. Hello, hello. Checking my stream viewers. According to OBS, I currently have only someone named Obi-Wan Kenobi watching. But that is clearly not true. Anyway, as usual, I'll just sort of hang around a bit, waiting for people to join. But this time, I started in the world, as opposed to starting at the main menu and then making you guys sit through the world generation process. Now, if you were looking at the Git and Mods channel of the Discord server today, you probably noticed quite a lot of development was happening, but unfortunately, not all of that will be in this test build. There were some problems that needed fixing, and Calandia was able to fix some of them, but not all of them in time. So this will not be, I guess this isn't the sharpest, most cutting edge of Songs the Eons development. It's about 1 day behind. So there are gonna be one or two things that you won't be able to see. But other than that, this is the state of the game. Anyway, I'm gonna keep waiting around for a few minutes. No more night sky skybox. Well, yes and no. You'll see. I posted a teaser yesterday in the Discord server, if you'll recall. That'll give you an idea of what the answer to your question is. Anyway, I want to ensure that everyone has a chance to join. I wonder if my post... Yeah, apparently when I typed at everyone in the Discord server, it actually did ping everyone. Yeah, apparently that worked. All right, now this is the first stream. Oh, hello. The world does look different now. This is the first stream I'm doing actually with my new internet connection. Oh, it didn't ping anyone, it just showed up the message. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, hi Calendial, yes. Anyway, this is my first stream with my new internet connection. I recently moved, and I have a different connection now, and it is notoriously unstable. And sometimes it just turns off. Sometimes it's stable for a week, and it's no problem, and other times it'll turn off every 20 minutes for a week. It's very frustrating, but all I can do is just hope that it works. Anyway, I think I've waited long enough. Yes, I think most people are here. Solitarian has joined me in my internet suffering. Yes, yes, much fun, much fun. Alrighty, well, I guess I'm gonna start now. So, this is the Songs the Eons test build as of today. And like I said earlier, it's not the most cutting edge of all the developments because there are a few things Calandio wasn't quite able to incorporate in time. So it's maybe about, 12 hours behind the most cutting edge of development. But there are many things I can show you. And someone noted already that the world looks different. The colors have been changed. Yes, this is in the midst of Damien's rework of the terrain. And so some things are being kind of reworked a little bit. And one thing I noticed immediately is that there are no rivers. The rivers are gone. Now you can see where they should be, but the water's not there. This is because there, at least Calandio told me, there were some game-breaking problems with rivers, and they had to be temporarily removed. They won't be gone forever, though. And yes, you can also see that the colors are changed a bit too. This sort of hue of green here wasn't in the earlier build. Oh yeah, remember to keep opening chat. Oh no, sadness, Rip Rivers. Only briefly. I'm extremely upset and sent them angry support tickets. Unity broke your baby. Well, all we can do is hope that they'll allow it to be fixed. So anyway, last time the big feature was the city view. Well, this time the big feature is also the city view, but it has been changed. So let's go to a place. I like this area down here for reasons I shall explain. Let's go to a place right here and go to the city view, and you can see, boom, we have texture, terrain, and what's this? What are these little things right here? Why, that, that looks like a model, some sprites for plants. Yes, now that's just grass at the moment. But later, of course, there will be models for shrubs and trees. And of course, later, there will be buildings and people around. But this is the temporary stuff. And if we look up in the sky, we've got this yellow thing up there. Yes, and it moves around if I can advance time. But let me check chat first. Will Kala make a system to guess where humans would migrate in these worlds? I'm not sure I understand. There are, of course, migrations that which. Well, yeah. So that's going to be a big part of the early game. In the beginning, there are going to be lots of hunter gatherers that spawn, and they're going to move around. It won't just be humans; it'll be orcs and elves and the rest of them. So yes, of course, there'll be a system that will simulate where they'll migrate. It's kind of the point. All right. Anyway, so if we increase the time, I like speed 10. You can see that it moves around. And what are these things above us now? Why, those are clouds. And what, what is this I'm hearing? Wait, can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. There's ambience. I'm actually not sure how loud that is in the background. I can turn down the volume if it's too much of a problem. Anyway, you can see that there is dynamic weather. And you can then look at a tile and see in a map mode that it has however much rain during a certain season, and then you can zoom down to the tile and actually see that rain happening. Game starts in the tech of 10,000 BC, and our world humans reach percent continent. Well, I don't think it's supposed to be a one-to-one correlation there. But yes, there's now a soundscape. And if we advance time, well, you can also see there are clouds above us, and if we advance time, you can see the clouds will dissipate, although I want to advance time a little more slowly. Of course, the sun is behind the clouds now. And you can see the shadows growing because there is a day-night cycle. There we go. The clouds are gone. And now we're into the night. And you asked about that skybox. Well, here it is. It's back, and there's the moon going across the sky. Now, you might notice that the ambient sounds persist even once it stops raining. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, no, there's... Okay, well, the rain came back, then it left again, whatever. Anyway, you can see that the weather changes dynamically. And if we wait for the moon to go down, the sun will come back up, and then we have morning again. And that's the day-night cycle. This area is a little cloudy. And you might wonder, well, if there's so much rain here, why does it look like such a desert? Well, let's zoom out a bit and go up to a very high speed, and then I can show you what happens. But first, I'll check the chat. What are the odds go to a desert and immediately starts raining? Ooh, pretty. Whoops, skybox still a bit buggy. The game spawns societies relatively evenly around the globe when the game starts, so the migration period is greatly accelerated. The game calculates weather states every in-game hour. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, Calandio. So if you accelerate time, it may be very erratic. Ah, yes. Okay, that makes sense though. Like if you looked at a time lapse video of any place in the world where there's rain, it would also look rather erratic with the rain coming down and up, down and up. Anyway, let's advance time. Actually, I think speed 15 is a little too fast. I think speed 11 will probably do us just fine. We can let time progress. And oh hey, what's this here? That wasn't there before. And if we let some more time progress, well, here are a few more. And what are these I hear? Grasshoppers? Crickets? So, as you can tell, we can watch the grass grow, not just from space, but from down on the ground. And if I zoom way out, actually, there's a better spot to look at this happening. This one tile island over here, which, if you may recall, last time was pretty buggy. You can see that, oh, we have some green here. Oh, wow, this is very rainy, very loud. And if we go back up to speed 11, you can see that this green texture expands to cover most of the area. Now, of course, this is just the preliminary texturing. Obviously, the final version of this will not have these obvious squares everywhere, but this is the first version. And this one tile island is also useful for illustrating the small scale differences in the biomes. Now let me go back to daytime so we can see. Oh, you might notice also that here at 1:30 in the morning, there is sunlight. Well, that's because this is universal time, not local time. Local time will come. Anyway, you can see that over here is the middle of the island, the high point of this one tile island. And if we zoom out, you can see that that's where the soil is the deepest, it's the best, it's where the most plants are. But if we fly away, you can see that this green area, the grass, the plants, become thinner and thinner and thinner as we approach the sea. And eventually, it stops. And that would be where the shore line would be. I said would be twice, but you can't see it right now. That's one of the problems with this test build. The water is invisible. But you can also see there that the plants stop. That's where the water line is. So there would be waves and water here if that worked at the moment. And this is a relatively dry area. Oh, you can also see the clouds shifting as I move around. But if we go to a nice tropical rainy area, you'll see it's much greener for a much farther period. And you can see there's different kind of grass too in this area. And you can also see that there is less grass in these brown areas. And the model is different too, because the brown areas, of course, are drier. Now, let's look at chat again. Grass watching simulator. That's right, King Jerk. Only the best for us. Do we still have cliff beaches? No, I just showed you that one tile island. The weird square edges of the islands are gone now. King Jerk. That was a funny bug. It was actually caused by soil material in oceans being sent to air out of all things, but it's fixed now. King Jerk says, ah, excellent. That has been reworked. Will the Cliffs of Dover be in later, though? Calandiel says, yes, but only after Damien's updates to World Gen. Current generator doesn't produce that information. King Jerk says, okay. But yes, that is the big thing here. What's been developed over the past month. We have these clouds. And actually, I'm here at speed 1. And you can tell the sun is moving if you look very closely, but really, a higher speed is better. You see more closely. This gives you a much better idea of what the city view will be like in the final version of the game. Whatever, well, I don't know if final's quite the right word, but in a later version of the game. And also you can see that there are these times of day when it's very dusty. I also saw fog. And if we go very, very, very far north, you might see something. What is this? It's snow, and the ground it's all white, and there are no plants here, of course, because it's so far north. It's just ice. But also, if we go very fast, what what is this? Why, we're very far north. So there's the moon going around in circles. Around and around it goes. Woo! And if we go to the right time of year, you'll find that the sun is visible all year round. Not all year, excuse me, all day. Not all year round. That would be very strange. There can be the midnight sun if we go to the right time of year, which is not this time of year. Or maybe there's not the midnight sun. All right, well, if we go further north, there definitely will be the midnight sun over here in the ocean. So, you can see here that we are in perpetual darkness. But the sun is skirting around the edge, and it will eventually come up, and then we will have perpetual daytime until the sun goes back down again. So here we are in May. Ah, see? And now we just have daylight all the time here in the summer of the northern hemisphere. Perpetual daylight because it's based on latitude. Now, what is not quite correct is that the ocean looks like this. The ocean floor shouldn't be so jagged like that. It shouldn't be green. Uh, that's obviously going to be reworked later, but you can tell that it's dynamic based on your latitude, and there is dynamic weather as well. Very exciting. So let's look at chat again. Da, 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 da. Glandia says, yeah, I imagine it'll be easier to figure out the area by looking at it this way instead of reading hundreds of variables. King Derp says, yes, well done so far, but the audio could be localized better. Yes, yes. I noticed that as well, but this is all placeholder stuff. This is the first version, right? There won't be crickets at the bottom of the ocean later. This is just the initial ambience to test whether it works and see how to implement it. Calandiel says, I only had a couple audio clips for ambience, so I had to make do with what I had. You can hear grasshoppers, yes, at the bottom of the ocean, right? The seafloor is green, right, just like I said. Calandiel says, jaggedness here is caused by the proximity to the northern pole. It's glitched. And greenness is a bug I introduced when I was fixing another bug to get this thing working to begin with. As we encountered some issues, yes, this morning with Unity, we were trying to playtest this build before the stream. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. We had some problems. The world looked like it was made out of wet clay, very glossy, sort of like this, except this is correct. So here you can see the edge of a glacier. Oh, this is a nice escarpment here, and you can see it looks kind of shiny and glossy. Now that's correct here. It's ice. It's supposed to be reflective, but of course the whole world is not supposed to look like that, and previously it did, so we had to fix that. I say we. Calandil had to fix that, and I had to playtest it. And you can also see that the character models are not working. They weren't removed. It's just that for some reason they're not quite they're not working correctly in this test build. That's the point of the test builds, though, to test things, not to present a finished product. Yes. All right, let's go back to the Twitch stream. Okay, and very helpfully, Calandiel did not provide me with a list of features this time. Calandiel wanted to see my reaction during the stream in real time. But as such, I don't have a list of things that I'm prepared to show you, like last time when I knew where to go and what to click on to show you all the new things. So, Calandiel in the chat, if you could, give me a pointer or two about anything else you might have changed, that'd be really helpful. Calandiel says, we updated the engine when Damien returned to development, and that broke a lot of things. Ah, okay. Yes, I'm excited to see what Damien's working on. Wait, what's this? Auto. I have an auto mod. What? A message was held back because skin color, ethnic Zugehörigkeit. What is that in English? Whatever. Okay, so apparently Twitch automatically deleted a message because it had something to do with ethnicity. No, it didn't. Somebody's asking about kilometers. That's silly. I'll click allow. Will allow make that work? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make this message not be deleted. I'm not sure if I did it correctly. Oh, I think I broke it. Well, whatever. Anyway, let me scroll back up here. Sorry, I was distracted by Twitch. Bri Science Guy says, still waiting for people to die and give birth? Yes, we are. Polar night, smooth terrain, plant, snow weather, and it changing over time. Oh, I see. You misspelled the word chunk into chink, so it was automatically removed. Wait, is the term chink unacceptable? I'm not I'm not familiar with the word chink being used in some kind of derogatory way. Hmm. Well, whatever. Calandiel says, very late, it'll use the same functions as the close-up view, but in a different way. Working on both at the same time would slow things down. Ah, yes. Yes, that's another thing too. The draw distance. I talked to Calandiel about that, and it will come, but at the moment it's gonna stay in this small uh, area in order to make development easier. At least that's what Calandiel said. Finally, my Twitch account has a reason to exist again. Well, hello, Pohina, if that's how I'm supposed to say the name. Okay, anyway, what else can I show? Oh, there are aurorae as well, but it's kind of hit or miss. I can go back here in the north and see if we can catch an aurora, but oh, hmm, that's not what this area is supposed to look like. Are we in the far north? Yes, we are. Oh, right, because it's the summer, of course. It's going to be green in the summer, obviously, and it'll turn white again in the winter. Oh yeah, yeah. In the northern hemisphere, near the poles, the terrain looks kind of wonky, but that's fine. We just want to look at the sky, see if we can catch an aurora. They're pretty difficult to get. Okay, we need to wait until the dark part of the polar year, which will come in a few months. Okay, there we go, January. So we don't have an aurora now. I don't know how we can. Oh, there it is. No, wait, no, it's not it. That's clouds. Just can't see them in the darkness. Yeah, I don't know if we can catch an aurora. They are in the game, though. You can see them, but I don't know of a reliable way of finding them. Maybe Calandio can explain it. Can't really see anything, though, because this is dark. No, I'm not really seeing anything here. Maybe next month, maybe in February. There we go. This is a clear night. We can see the stars, no aurora. There's the moon. Ah, whatever. Let's see. What does chat say? Glandil says they'll do that after they walk and hunt in the city view. I was going to do it first, but visualizing personal relationships with members is counterintuitive to say the least. Yes, catching an aurora is pure RNG. Yes, that's what I thought. I couldn't quite tell if there was any sort of reason why an aurora happened in a certain place at a certain time. They just sort of were there occasionally, and there didn't seem to be any reason. Apparently, according to Clan Deal, it's pure RNG. Well, I don't know if we're gonna find any. I might be going a bit too quickly. And also, this area up here in the north is really cloudy. Although I bet probably if I go out here and look at the rainfall, January, July. Oh no, it's the same. Let's see. Climate rainfall is exactly 55 the whole year. Hmm. Okay. Sure. Sure it is. And this graphical bug is still here with the icosahedron borders. Just letting you know. Now I wonder how far along Damien has come in his rework. I am excited to see his progress. But this build is only, as far as I know, it's only Calandiel's progress. What is happening in the chat? Calandiel says, linear congruential generator, but I'm not sure why that'd be important. Rainfall isn't necessarily cloud cover. Well, no, you're correct, but I was thinking if there is a lot of rain in a particular area, then necessarily there will be a lot of clouds because the rain falls from the clouds. So presumably a high rainfall area then would have clouds more often. That was my thought process. RNG is mostly Wang hash ICG and that improved version of ICG that was published in the last few years. Well, I don't know what any of that means. Wang hash sounds like some kind of uh, promiscuous terminology. Yes, I know you were replying to King Jerk Calandio, but I didn't. I'm just remarking that I didn't understand what you were talking about. Anyway, if we can go to an alpine area, you can see that the high altitude. Oh, this is nighttime. Let's wait until daytime. No midnight sun here. Much further south. Okay, you can see that this alpine area is also very, oh, it's a nice little pit there, is very snowy. But if we were to fly along, actually, I don't quite know in what direction we're flying, so I might be going the wrong way here. If we were to fly along, we would eventually find the slope downward and reach the edge of the mountain. Here, let's go. Let's go to this mountain here. Okay, so this is a nice isolated mountain, and so no matter which way I go, I'll be going in the correct direction. Okay, so you can see this mountain is covered in this semi-arid grassy stuff. And if I go in a direction, actually, hmm, this is a pretty dry area. I probably have to go in this direction for quite a long time to find more grass. What I'm trying to do is find the border between the arid mountain and the wet grassland below it, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that here. You will be able to tell though that the movement speed of the camera is much higher now. That was one of my requests from the previous stream because I want to be able to move more quickly. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I thought I would do. Just keep going and going and going. All right, well, whatever. You get the idea, though. Let's see. PCG, that's the name I forgot. Oh, that camera shouldn't be able to get this close to the ground. Well, it can. Song's worlds are a bit sizable. Yes, Calandiel, I noticed. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm sure you viewers get the idea. Let's see if we can find the border between a glacier and a not glacier. So let's see. Let's go to this tile here and try to find the slope downward. Okay, this direction. Now, it's just one tile, so I should be able to get, here it is. The edge of the glacier. Looking a little sharp. Now, of course, in real life, the glacier is a big wall of ice, not just a texture on the ground, but of course, this is all preliminary. This is not what it will look like in the end. This is to test how its functionality works. You can also see the edge of the hexagon there. I like that. Are there any inland sea reefs? How could there be a reef on the land? I'm not really sure how that would work. Calandia says, but yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Transitions between tiles are a bit borked as I and Damien need to talk about this elevation in more detail. Yes. Well, again, it's all preliminary. Anyway, this is one of those things that is somewhat frustrating to stream because it requires a lot of work. This is a great amount of progress. This is a month's worth of work, but it's the sort of thing that I can show in a stream in about 20 minutes and say, okay, that's it. See you next month. Just, some things are more fruitful for streaming than others. But I don't have anything else to show you, guys, unless there's anything in particular you want to see. That's pretty much it. Well, I kind of like this. You can stand on the ground and look up at the ice over there. Very good. And of course, there'll be a lot more ambience later with wind and um, creatures, scurrying through the grass and so on. In the inland seas, sometimes inland seas have reefs in them. Well, there are no reefs in the city view, so there's nothing to see, if that's what you're asking. I could go to a reef, but you wouldn't see anything. There's no coral model in the game at the moment. I'm thankful for you to do this. Well, I'm glad to be able to provide this entertainment to you. This is pretty cool. It looks a lot better than it did a month ago. Yes, it does. The build from a month ago was quite blocky. It looked a lot more like Minecraft. This, however, much smoother. Yes, this actually reminds me of a game called Worm Online. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it looked kind of like this. It was sort of like Minecraft, but it was an MMORPG and it had modifiable terrain, and it was technically based on blocks like Minecraft. However, it didn't look like blocks because it was all smoothed over with textures and so on, kind of like this. Sort of looks similar. New wallpaper. Hey, there you go. Yes, I'm sure Songs of Eons will provide many wallpapers later, especially once there are buildings and fantasy races walking around and fighting battles and so on. All right. Well, anyway, I've only been streaming for half an hour. That's half an hour shorter than last time, but that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have an awful lot more to show. It's pretty cool though. I really like the Midnight Sun. The Midnight Sun is pretty neat. We can go to this. Oh wow, this Antarctic island is much greener than the equatorial grasslands. Anyway, here in the southern hemisphere, of course, we are in the time of the year where there is the midnight sun. It's the opposite on the other side of the world, of course. And if we were in the northern hemisphere right now, this would be the dark time of the year. And you can see now the terrain has become white with the snow because now we're in the cold part of the year. This is winter, right? We're in the southern hemisphere, so April is the beginning of winter. Or autumn. Anyway, you'll find that as we go into the northern hemisphere summer months, this area will be very dark. Yes, very cool. There's the moon, and the sun never rises. Nope, almost, but not quite. Let there be snow, yes, indeed. I posted some more in the Maps channel. Oh, did you now? Yes, Colandio posted more things in the Maps channel. All right, well, anyway, that's all I have to show you this time. That's pretty much it. We have the dynamic weather, the terrain, the plants, the stuff changing over time, the textures. Pretty fun stuff. And next month, hopefully, I'll have some stuff from Damien's progress to show you. And the plan, so far as I know, is still to have 0.3 ready to go by the end of the year. I still think, Calandia, you got your work cut out for you. If anybody can do it, you can. But I'm. I think we're gonna have to see a lot of progress. Anyway, I'm excited to see whatever comes next. And of course, I will be here to stream it when it does happen. So I thank all of you for watching. And if there are no further questions, I guess I'll end the stream. This one's kind of short. That last stream I had last time was, oh, it was so much fun. There was the chat was so active, and we were laughing, having a great time. It was good. This time a bit more subdued. Oh well. Anyway, I guess that's all. So yes, yes. Thank you everyone for coming, and I'll see you next time.